Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to Super Talk Show. It's great to have you today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for coming here. Can you give us a small or brief description about yourself and your participation or your involvement in toner wellness?
Hi, my name is Tony, and I'm the operator of the Instagram and TikTok accounts toner.wellness. I love everything about wellness, from fitness to dieting to mental health and more. And on my wellness accounts, I create wellness content ranging from my oldest content, which included pictures and short videos with motivational captions, to my most recent content on how to improve your health in this category of the wellness wheel.
Wow, that's amazing. So how did your inspiration in creating or founding Toner Wellness came about?
Yeah, so if you watch my first toner.wellness video, it goes into a brief story on my journey, but essentially as a child, I don't know if you experienced this too, but Asian grandparents love feeding their grandkids. Yeah. So I was fed a lot, and as you could probably guess, I got pretty fat. And before I never really gave it any thought, because everyone around me was telling me that I needed to grow big and strong, but I realized, like, I didn't need that much food to grow. So grade 6 was when I decided to make a change. And like any journey to becoming a better version of yourself, it wasn't easy. But I created these accounts a year ago with the hope of inspiring individuals to strive to become a better version of themselves. And it doesn't have to be fitness related, because I truly believe that how we can this is how we can achieve true happiness. And that is why I created toner.wellness.
Wow, that's a super inspiring story, from a young age to right now.
Yeah.
So did you self-taught yourself throughout this process, or did you learn from other videos like those you're creating?
I started off with just my own knowledge of how to become fit. I didn't really ever search up any videos, and that's why my journey was kind of slow. Like from grade 6 to now 11, it took 5 years to like look like how I am right now, or think how I am now. So I didn't really research, which I should have, but now that I know that, I'm giving my viewers this information so that journey doesn't take as long as it did for me.
Speaking of your viewers, so
Yeah.
for example, your target audience in the beginning, it might be a certain group of people, but right now your social media, although I just have Instagram, but you definitely have like tons of followers through your network. So how did you really go from, sixth grade to like hundreds of followers like now?
Oh, well, I guess uh the main thing is definitely consistency with your posts. But another big thing is the advertising part. So I actually had to put some money into advertising short videos, so it would get out there. And especially for that's how I got a lot more followers for my Instagram page. However, for my TikTok page, it was more about um, following trends, or like what's a gap in the wellness, I guess you could say, wellness market right now.
Mhm.
Like what consumers need, especially because my target audience are individuals in school right now, so they can be a lot of stress. So I focus a lot on mental health right now.
Mhm. Okay, I see. Personally, I try to go to the fitness room during the winter season, and I never really found the motivation to do it consistently. So what was your drive like behind going to fitness room? I don't know. Oh, can you also talk about your schedule? So like, once a day or 2 times a day, stuff like that.
Yeah, so how I got my motivation to kind of start working out was actually in track and field. As at my old public school, from grade 3 to grade 6, there was this big track meet every year, and every grade in the school would run or do the like the field part of track and field. But I was always last place, or basically last place for all of them. And then in grade 6, I was just like, I want to win this year. So I just started training, but unfortunately, I didn't win anything that year too. But that kind of just sparked something in me, sparked a drive that branched out to every aspect of my life. It branched out to school, inspiring others. I play basketball right now, so it translated to basketball too. And regarding my schedule, since grade 11 is pretty busy right now,
Mhm.
I'm not always as consistent, but every day I try to do something active. I mean, we have basketball practice, but like outside of basketball practice, I try to do some workouts, some running, and yeah, that's basically my schedule.
Mhm. Well, speaking of being in 11th grade and doing fitness, how do you juggle both at the same time?
Well, I c- hmm, I gotta think about this one.
It's a good question, I think.
Yeah, I think um I've I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger say one time, you know who that is, right?
I
The
don't.
Terminator. Yeah.
The
Um
Terminator? Oh, the
yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Oh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I
Oh,
don't
you
think
don't know who?
who
Okay.
was.
Well, he said one time in an interview that there were 24 hours in a day and you sleep about 6 or 8. So that leaves about 16, 18 hours left.
True.
And that's kind of my mindset. Like, I don't really make up an excuse if I need to get work done or I need to go work out, because there's so much time in a day. And that kind of shifted my perspective. Like, you have all this time, so you could use it to your benefit. When we think we don't have enough time, it's because we do all these things that make time go faster. Like, for example, playing games or like hanging out with friends, which there's nothing wrong with that, because if it improves your mental health, it's great. But if you want to like improve yourself in fitness, then you have to make time for it. And that's what I always try to do.
Wow. I think you're giving a little motivation speech here. I think I have enough motivation now to go to the gym. Um, so if there's like one piece of advice you can give to our audience about maybe starting your initiative from the
Mhm.
grassroots level to right now going to the gym and balancing schoolwork, in although you're in junior year, the most crucial and busy year I can
Yeah.
possibly think of. So what would that advice be from you?
My advice for balancing everything is to find something that would let you continue going. Like for me, it's my family. And I know it sounds a bit cliche, but they've given me so much that in order to return the favor, I have to keep pushing to become successful. And I won't be satisfied until I can give them a better life than they have given me now. So yeah.
That's a great quote. That might be a quote from now. Speaking of that, can I talk about your experience in boarding school? Like, can we go down that route a little
Oh
bit?
yeah. Yeah, for sure. So boarding school, there's a common misconception that it's very strict, but although there are some rules, like we need to lock up our phones and computers at night because they want the students to have a good night's sleep, right? Yeah. At the beginning, I was like, I can't do this, but after I was like, I'm okay with it because if I get a better sleep, that's better for my health in general. But yeah, on the weekends after schools, there's a lot of different programs for students to get involved, and you just have to choose to get involved. And all those programs are really fun. Like you can go to the mall, you can go skiing. It depends on the season, but fun activities are always planned.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think being in boarding school might be a little unique or different from many of our super audience who are in international schools and really just globally. So can you talk about in boarding school, do you have to wash your own clothes, make your own food? What's the living experience there? Because it might be really different and really eye-opening, even for me.
Yeah, so a lot of kids that get into boarding school, if they didn't really like wash their clothes or take care of themselves before, you have to now. You can't rely on your parents because yeah, uh, they're they're far away from you. They can't wash your clothes for you. So you have to take care of yourself, take care of your hygiene. But over time, it really helps you become an organized person, you know, keeping your room clean, making your bed, washing your sheets. All of this makes you more organized, which, you know, is very crucial if you want to become very successful because you know what is planned next and uh like you're organized so you know what you need to do next or what needs to be like done, you know.
Mhm. Okay. Can you talk about your schedule maybe in boarding school? Do you have free time? Like, for example, do you go to the same class with other people? And what's your kind of school life there as well?
Oh yeah, so in the morning I wake up at about 7 to 7:30 and then I try to do a quick workout before school starts at 8:45. And from 8:45 to like 3:30, my schedule is the same as the day boys. I attend the same classes as them. um, Boarders and day boys aren't really separated. We always take the same classes. And then
Oh, sorry to
uh,
interrupt. What's boarders and day boys?
oh, boarders are the students that are living in on campus, and day boys are students that live at their own house, so they have to drive to school every day.
Oh, so wait, does
Yeah.
day boys only apply to boys or also day boys and day girls?
Oh yes, I forgot to tell you, but my school is actually an all boys school, St. Andrew's College. Yeah, uh, we're in
Okay.
Canada. Yeah. So anyway, and then after that time, um, we go off to our sports teams, you know, do practice, and then dinner rolls around, and some of the day boys stay for dinner. Um, but after dinner, they kind of all leave, and then the boarders have free time. Um, and usually during their free time, there's like open gym open. There's open gym is basically the weight rooms open for anyone that wants to go. So I usually go to that. And after that, we have study at 8:30 to 10, which is an hour and 30 minutes where you just sit down and basically teachers will supervise you while you're doing your homework. And then after that, there's a snack, which is like placed outside our common room, and everyone can just grab a snack so they're re-energized. And then at 10:45 we have to lock up our electronics, and then that gives us 15 minutes until 11 to take a shower, brush our teeth before we go to bed at 11.
15 minutes?
Yeah,
Does that
it's
include like,
it's not that long. Yeah.
Whoa, does that include like washing your clothes?
Oh, no, no.
No.
Usually people wash their clothes on the weekends. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
for your study hour from 8:30 to 10, do you study like only schoolwork or preparing also for extra exams such as SAT in the United States? When do you find time for those?
Yeah, so I actually already taken the SAT. Um, and by the way, it's not the funnest experience to say the least. But um, since I'm enrolled in, you know what AP courses are, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of extra work when it comes to that, and sometimes like not a lot, but sometimes I do have time to myself, and instead of like kind of just going on my phone, I start writing up another Toner Talks video, which I film about one video per week. That's kind of my schedule right now. So the only like chill time I really get is on the weekends, but even then, there's still work to do for the next week.
Wow. So the
Yeah.
schedules are really consistent and I guess a little harsh maybe.
I mean, it is harsh, but like I said before, I have that motivating factor to make me keep going. Not give up on what I want to become.
Wow, that's perfect. And also
Thank
about
you.
your sleep schedule. When you have to put your electronics away, is it
Mhm.
possible? Do you have to like shut down your light and everything and just go to bed? Or maybe if somebody wants to work on their SATs or whatever, can they still open their light and then work on those?
Yeah, so we have something called late lights, which is you have to ask your boarding housemaster, which is basically the teacher that is in your boarding house, which is responsible for all the kids. You can ask them for late lights, and instead of locking up at 10:45, you lock up at you kind of ask for the time. So mostly it's 11:30, but if you have a lot to do, they'll give you until 12 a.m. to do whatever you have to, and then you can lock up right after. So if you have any extra work, that's the time you can do it.
Wow. Okay. Speaking of your house advisor, um, what happens if you don't like the food you're eating at boarding school? That might be a problem for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, well, thankfully, my school doesn't have terrible food, but if you don't like the food at boarding, you have to bring your own. You can't just go up to the dining hall staff and say, "I don't like your food. I want to change it." So yeah, you kind of have to bring your own food, which is what I do as well. A light snack. If I don't like the snack they provide, I just take one of the granola bars I have and just eat them.
Oh, speaking of that, do you get those from supermarkets? Like, can you go
Yeah,
to school?
yeah, you can bring stuff back from school. Um, yeah, I get a lot of my stuff from supermarkets, not nowhere fancy.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's
Yeah,
really cool. Thank you,
thank
Toner
you.
Wellness, for coming here and then giving us an insight into boarding school as well as your motivation factor in creating Toner Wellness. Thank you so much.
The pleasure's all mine. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Please follow Super Talk Show. It's a great account.
Yes, and follow Toner Wellness on Instagram and YouTube or TikTok.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you for having me. Bye. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank
If you're
you.
struggling to be mentally healthy, here are 3 tips on how to improve your mental health from personal experience. Number 1, don't do mindless scrolling. We've all done it before where we open up Instagram or TikTok and just mindlessly scrolling down and down and down and down. And when we finish scrolling, usually about an hour after we wake up, I promise you, you will not feel refreshed. But why do we mindlessly scroll? Well, mindless scrolling results from a subconscious, so you're unaware, state of living without purpose or priority, which leads me to my second tip, and that is to have a goal. What do you want to do to better yourself? I've recently started my own yoga journey with Move, a 30-day yoga journey with famous YouTuber Yoga with Adrian. If you want to get into yoga, I highly suggest you check her YouTube channel out. She's a very successful woman. Anyways, that's what I've been doing. Your routine doesn't need to be yoga. Your morning routine can be as simple as drinking a glass of water. Just something that motivates you and eventually disciplines you to get up when you wake up. Now my third tip is a little odd, but I don't swear for a while after I wake up. The reason I don't swear for essentially the entire morning is because swearing is connected with feeling strong emotions. I like to start my mornings calm, so I don't really have any strong emotions. And I've actually felt a lot calmer in the mornings by not swearing, so I suggest you guys give it a try. In our next wellness video, we will be going over spiritual health, and I'll see you guys then.